Hey team, I'm Corey, and let's build something fun together. So I'm Corey, and you can find my blog at coreyja.com if you're trying to find more about me. And today we're going to work on Cache, our CDN caching proxy that we built on stream. If this is your first time tuning in, you can check out my YouTube channel at coreyja, and there's a playlist for Cache where you can find all of the previous streams where we've worked on this. So Cache is a caching reverse proxy, and here, let's get a demo set up. So I have slow.coreyja.com. This is a server that we're actually using cache right now. So this is hitting our cache server, and then there's our origin server that actually runs the app. So the app, when we hit these routes, takes a few seconds to respond, and we can see that it's going to be cached by our CDN now. So if we hit fast, it should take about 1 Mississippi, and then we'll get it. And this is the timestamp of about now when I hit it the first time. But if we refresh the page right now, we get a response like immediately with the same timestamp because it's cached. And so yeah, we're gonna work on this today, and what we're actually gonna work on though is adding some kind of authentication to our admin endpoints and creating a better admin dashboard. We have some underscore cache routes that we can hit that tell us things about our cache. So we can look at, for instance, underscore cache, and then I think it's file system. Let's see if that's the right route. It is not. What's the right route here? List. That was easier than I wanted to make it. There we go. So these are the pages. These are what we know in our file system cache, and this is what we know in our SQL cache, I believe. We have some duplicates in this SQL cache because we haven't cleaned that up yet. That's on the to-do list, but probably for another stream. And so this is kind of our admin endpoints right now. We have this cache list, and we have a few that do actions. Like we have one that clears things, and one that populates things, that gets things that aren't in the cache yet but need to be. And so we're gonna work on a better admin dashboard here, because a few things. If anyone can go to this right now and just look at what's in the cache, we don't really want that, and some of them are really destructive. So like there's also, what's the URL for it? Let's just check the actual code. So if we look in our main here, we should be able to find where we do routing. Here we go. Yeah, so we have list, clear file system, clear database, and populate. So these clear ones are like destructive, right? And they will delete what's in our cache right now. So we don't want to just have anyone be able to do that all the time. Oh, and actually it responds to posts on those. So these are more API anyways. So I can't do those in browser. But we're going to change all that. We're going to get an admin dashboard set up here. And yeah, so we're going to build most of this dashboard from scratch, I think. I was doing just a tiny bit of Googling beforehand. And we're going to use a few things. We'll use like this cookie manager from Tower, or Tower cookies, to add some cookies to our Axum app. But I think beyond that, we're going to try to do most of it ourselves. And we're also going to try to do it with passkeys, so that we can do all of the authentication with passkeys. So let's just dive right in, I think. And I don't know if I want to start with the passkey side or if I want to get stuff working with sessions and then add the passkey stuff. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it where like you just hit a button to auth with admin at the moment and you just like gets authed, and we'll add the passkey step there eventually. But I want to deal with cookies and sessions and stuff first, I think. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have my editor open and we are in our cache. What do I got? Oh, I just made some changes. So actually, let's do this again. Let's look at what we did last time quick to get our heads in the right mind for coding on this project, and then we'll get started. So on the last stream, we added showing a time to live on items from the list. Actually, did we see that? I didn't see any TTLs here. Why don't I see TTLs here? Interesting. But we did add an endpoint to clear the file system and the SQLite cache, and we make sure the database doesn't record duplicate entries, and we created an endpoint to fetch any missing pages from the origin. So I wonder why this is. So actually, let's take a look at my Fly dashboard. You can see all the apps I'm running, but really, I'm just going to look at what's going on with cache. When was the last time we deployed this, and were there any errors? I released it about 2 months ago, so it's been a while. I might just want to do a deploy here deploy cache before we get started, because I'm not actually positive that what we're running in the cloud is the most recent version. It doesn't look like that list endpoint is updated with TTLs and stuff. So let's just get a deploy running real quick. So yeah, we got that running now. Let's get started and add in some cookies, I think. So I think what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want a new route for like, and maybe it's just the root cache, or maybe, you know, the underscore cache, and then that's it. Is it /auth? It can be /auth. I like that a little bit. So /auth gets routed with a get to this admin auth route that doesn't exist yet. So I need a new file for auth.rs. In admin, I need to tell it that exists. Pub mod auth. And then in auth, we need a public async function called route. And it returns anything that imples into response from Axum. And we'll just do it for the moment. Perfect. Okay, and then the other thing that I want to do is add cargo cookies, or not cargo, but cargo add tower cookies. Oh, and we are going to want features private, features signed. We want both of those things, because that's going to give us, let's just look at the docs for it. Pull up the docs. Oh, there's not a link to the docs. Yes, there is. I just was missing the badges. Okay. We're gonna want private and or signed cookies. At least signed and probably private. So signed cookies sign the cookies before they add them to the jar so that you can verify no one's tampered with the cookie. So if I set like a session ID that I want to like look in my database, I can make sure that I am the one who created that session ID cookie and someone else didn't set. Oof, sorry. And someone else didn't set it without knowing my little secret key that I'll have to give it with. So we could do signed. We'll probably end up doing private, which adds just encryption on top of that, so no one can even read them without knowing my secret here. And since we're doing there's not much front end stuff where I don't need this cookie in JS. It's really just a server side cookie. We'll actually probably set that as HTTP only. There's no reason for anyone to even to look at it, so we'll probably even go with a private cookie for assured confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity. So we'll probably use that, but so we definitely want that feature flag enabled. And then the only thing we need to do to really set it up is we add it as a tower layer after our routes here. Import it. Let me know in chat how the music sounds. I'm going to turn it up a bit in my headphones, but that shouldn't change it much for you all, I don't think. But let me know. Okay, so now we have the cookie manager added, and so now in handlers we can ask for the cookie jar, basically. And I think I actually probably don't want to ask for... Actually, I might just want to look at some examples. Well, that's a signed in private. That's what I want examples of. Okay, so you can use cookies.signed. Yeah, okay, so when you get something, when you get a cookie jar, as one of them calls it, or when you get the cookies, then you can ask for private and signed things as well. So I'm probably going to add some wrappers around that. I feel like would be nice. But I might not be able to actually, unless they've done this for me. I could make a wrapper type. We'll probably do that. Okay, so in my auth one though, I can now do cookies is a cookies. Get us a cookie jar. Oh, there even is cookie jar. Wait, what's cookie jar then? I thought I had used this before and remembered there being a cookie jar. And then I just saw that there. So what's a cookie jar? Doesn't even say. collection of cookies that tracks its modification. Oh, it's going to use this internally. This is how you're going to add cookies to it and get the headers to put out. So it's going to use this internally, but I don't need to use it to interface with them, I bet. That makes sense. Okay, so I have a cookies, and I want to make a, so I think we're going to make like a, I'm trying to think of how we want to do this auth here. And let's open up Excalidraw. Excalidraw is my favorite, just like little drawing app. And let's see. Okay, so I don't actually know if I want a drawing app now that I'm here, but that's okay. So I think these are my cookies. We're probably going to make them signed. We're probably going to make them private. So let's just write private cookies. And we're going to want a cookie. And I think all we're going to do is we're just going to make a cookie that's like session ID. And I think that's probably it. And then I think in our database, which I guess is going to be a diamond, this is our database. And actually, just to remind ourselves, this is a SQLite database replicated with light.fs, lightfs, not dot. And then in here, this will have a session table. Sessions table, and the sessions table will have things like a user ID, and like maybe that's it. And then I guess that means I also need a users table, and maybe this ends up being an admin table. Maybe this is admin ID. Maybe the only one with sessions are admins at the moment. Something like that, maybe. I think that's probably what we're gonna go for the most part. We're probably gonna try not to do any passwords because we're just gonna do just passkeys. So then maybe the admin has like a name or something, right? Like a display name. But not exciting. Let's make this just a touch bigger and get all of these roughly aligned. Okay, cool. I think that's basically what we're gonna go for. So let's get our private equals cookies dot private. Yep, and then we need to give it a key here. And yeah, okay, so I need to actually get a key. Yeah, and I've done this before where they do key.generate. Yeah, okay, so I can do something like this, which isn't what we're going to want to do at all. Key generate. And we need to import key. And then this can be a reference to a key. And let's debug out this key. Doesn't implement debug? There we go. Get the master out of it. So now if I do cargo run and I try to hit this endpoint, I should get the master key for the cookies here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the key that this generates and put it in an environment variable. Whoa. Uh-oh. My Tmux is not having a good time. But hopefully we can at least get this debug out. Oh, and actually it might run on 3001. Yeah. Cool. That totally didn't. Oh, because I made it /auth. Yeah, Tmux is having a bad time. I might try to quit out of that in just a minute. Binder, go away. There we go. Okay, so that is there, but it's not looking too nice. So can I actually just like return the key here? Key.master. Not too bad. That might be better. So let's do that. Oh, quit. Uh-oh. Thought I knew how to get out of this. That'll work. Give me a new Gmux server. Okay, cargo run. We're back. CD into our CDN. Didn't know which binary I wanted to run. Oh yeah, I don't even use cookies right now. That's okay. Oh, cool. It just made it a file for me. That's kind of nifty. Except like, I probably want to. How do they recommend I do this? Because I was gonna say like I could base 64 encode it or something. But I don't. I feel like there's got to be just a slightly better way to do this. Repository, examples, private signed. Where do they get their key? Oh, no, they're just like, I don't know. It's just there. Cool. Oh, they put it in a static one cell. Oh, that's interesting. So they can use it anywhere. Do they not use Axum? No, they are. I wonder why they don't put it in Axum state. Probably just because it doesn't, you know, just a demo. Okay, so I want to, yeah, I need to like base 64 encode this. So I think I just want the base 64 crate, cargo add base 64. Cool. Okay, so this is the vec. I don't need the debug. I don't need that. I don't know what I want at the moment. Okay, so I want to allocates always, yeah. Engine encode. That's what I want. General purpose standard encode. That comes from base 64. Import engine and then key dot master. Cool. We don't need cookies at the moment. It's fine. Okay, cool. Oops. Cargo run. Now I should get a base 64 encoded version of a key that I can use for my cookie. The whole idea here, oh, that's my blog, which is fine, but not the one I'm trying to pull up right now. Is this one? Yeah. Auth. There we go. Because what I can now do is I can take this string, add it as an environment variable, export cookie key, a cookie secret key. All keys are secret in this world. I don't need to say it's a secret key. It just is. Awesome. Yep, add the environment variable. So just to say it out loud, I'm going to use this one for local dev. I'm going to make a new one for if I ship it to prod because I'm like leaking this key to everyone. So we don't want that, but for the moment, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so now I have the key. Let's use the key. Let cookie key equals standard env var cookie key. Let cookie key, oh yeah, we do need to base 64 to code it. Yeah, I don't want to use this. I want to do base 64 engine general purpose standard decode. There we go. So the reason they got rid of the encode and decode is they want you to pick which engine, like which set of characters you use and stuff like that, which like totally makes sense. So we're just gonna follow the directions here basically. There's an awesome video about API design as it relates to base 64 that I can link in the description here. So key. I thought there was a from master. I thought that's one of the methods that we had here. You're not going to want to autocomplete for me right now. Yep, okay, key. Derive from. Oh, okay. Derive from. Don't love the name of that, but that's the one I want. Whoa. Derive from cookie key. Cool. With state, app state. Yeah, so where's that? Okay, there we go. Cookie key. So now we go to our app state, and we add a cookie key. You know what that is? No, you don't. Oh, it doesn't implement debug. Rust debug ignore field. Yeah, you need a thing for that, don't you? Mm-hmm. I thought so. That causes a field to be skipped when printing out debug information. Oh, that's pretty fair. All you have to do... Okay, that's easy. Cargo add debug ignore. Because all I need to do is just say that it's debug ignored. Reload workspace to get it to pick up that I added this crate. Sometimes I want to call them gems. I come from Ruby, so everything feels like a gem to me from Ruby. Can I just like into this? I feel like I should be able to just call into. Nice. Let cookie key. Yeah, let's do that because I like just doing that. Okay, cool. Now it's debuggable. I'm added as my state. Awesome. Okay, so now in auth, I can grab my cookies. And I can let private equal cookies.private. Oh, I need to pass the key, the cookie key. I don't have yet, but I can get the cookie key. From state, I need app state. Which is a state of app state. Man, my typing is not doing the best today. State comes from Axum extract state, and this is app state cookie key. Import it. Oh man, I have to. None of these were imported. Grab a reference to that out. Perfect. Change this to pub crate. It was yelling at me because I was leaking app state with this being public. So if I make it public to the crate like app state is, everything is happy. It doesn't need to be public. This is an application, so public crate is basically the same as public. Okay, so we have our private cookie. So let session cookie equals... No, not quite. Private dot get. Yep, and now we need the name of it, which we're gonna say is session ID. Yep. That gives me an option of a cookie. Yep, so if if it was some, session cookie is an option. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of all that. So if we have a session cookie, what do I want to do with it? At the moment, actually, I just want to display it. So can I just do format bang? I just want to put it in a string. Format bang session ID. Yeah, something like that. Cool. Do you have a session ID? Session ID none. Okay, awesome. We're getting there. And actually now let's upgrade just a little bit and do the moud macro so that we can do stuff like this. This is an admin page. No, we don't need that at all. Well, I do want to add this to the thing. Session ID colon, yeah, that. That. These need a dot in between them, I believe. Expected found end of macro. Yes, I need to tell it the paragraph ends. No, I don't. Isn't that pretty much the syntax I'm going for here? The method influence render display. The trait bounds are not satisfied. So why did this work? Let cookie display is format bang session cookie, except it wasn't even that one, it was just that. Oh, was it a debug? Oh, it must have been debugging it. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't understand what was going on there. Okay. And I think I have a... Do I have a... No, I don't have a watch thing. Okay. That's fine. We'll just reboot it. Okay, session ID none. Now we have an HTML page. The reason that's cool is because I can do something like that. Where I can create a form that posts to our auth route. And so then I can rename this to auth get, or like it can just be called get. That does the form, and then I can make another one that actually sets the cookie. So let's make one for posting. It is going to still need app state. It is still going to need the cookies. It's going to need to do private. It's going to need to do session cookie. And then I think what we want to do is let new cookie, let's let session cookie, which is going to be a cookie, equals to do for just a second. Because I want to get this right. Yeah, I can't find cookie. Okay, cool. So if let some cookie, yeah, perfect, something like that. I love this. Okay, so if there is a session cookie, just return it. There's not a session cookie, build one. Say its path is for that HTTP only. Can I make it like private from here? No, I can make it permanent. Can I make it a secure? What does secure do? Sets the secure field. Yeah, what is a secure cookie? Secure cookie. When sending a cookie, the user purpose of the secure cookie is to prevent it from being observed by unauthorized parties. Browsers which support the secure attribute will only send cookies with the secure attribute. Oh, so it's the HTTPS only thing. That makes sense. Yeah, we want it to be secure. HTTP only secure sets the path. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, so there's our cookie. We don't want to do it there because that's what I want to do. Oop. Here is add our session cookie. Okay, we do have to clone it apparently, which is a little interesting. Yep, cool. Okay, and then so now, and actually right now we just have the session ID being set to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is fine, but we'll probably generate a random UUID in just a second for that. Cool. Still none. Oh, it broke. Oh, because I didn't have the route yet. that makes sense. So that's the get, that's the post, and imagine that it wires up to the post. Redo it. Yep, that's that. There we go. Look at that, we got a cookie, and now if we just refresh the page, just even a normal one. Value. Oh, okay, yeah. Cookie string. Oh yeah, that's cool, because you can see that the concrete value is different there. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, but it still is working, right? We can refresh, and it's still there. Awesome. HTTP only none. Oh, wait. Wonder if it's because I'm on localhost, it doesn't actually set those, and it will in real life. I'm going to assume that's the case for the moment. Cool. Okay, and then let's just do, actually, let's get this running again for just a second. Let's make sure I can like clear the cookie pretty easily. Memory. Application. I need this one. Yeah, application. Cookies. Delete. Refresh. No cookie. Cookie. Name. Value. Yeah, it doesn't have a cookie string in this case. Cool. Secure. True. HTTP only true. What's interesting is those go away now. I've used route to here now that they don't have that. I wonder if it's just because I'm on localhost. Actually, let's put you at the bottom. I don't really need you up there. Oh, not detached. I wanted bottom. There we go. Accession, cookie, HTTP only secure. Oh, okay. So it is those. I don't know why it's not saying that here. Huh, that's interesting. I guess because it doesn't know that after they've been set. Yeah, that's interesting, but I guess that makes sense. Cool. Okay. So, what we've done now is we've added a session cookie, but like it's not a very great session cookie, and it just has this hard-coded thing. So I think the next thing that we want to do is make a commit. Get writing a session cookie working. And we want to add a session database table. We want to add this. There we go. We want to add the sessions table that knows the admin. It's not going to have that quite yet, but that is what we want to get to. Okay, so let's do cargo SQLite migration, add a new, I think it might be new, add sessions table. Great. Add. There we go. Knew eventually I'd get it right. Okay. Create table. And actually, let's look at this create table. Sessions. Session ID text not null. Create unique index on session ID. Perfect. Those don't make any sense, so it's just ID and session ID. ID is our auto incrementing primary key. No. Yeah. I think SQLite likes integer primary keys better than text primary keys, so we're gonna just keep an ID here, and this is gonna be the session ID we put in the cookie, because I don't want auto incrementing session IDs in the cookie. Though I guess it doesn't matter because we're making it private, so no one's gonna see it from me. The worry there is you don't want to like leak how many sessions you have. It's like a little bit of a security thing, just because if someone knows how many sessions you're creating, maybe that gives them more information into your system than you'd like. And I guess I don't have that problem since I don't think I'm really going to expose session IDs to the user, but we're going to do this one anyways, I think. Syntax error. Oh. There we go. We now have a sessions table. Awesome. So now that we have a sessions table here where we're building, we're actually not just going to do, well, definitely not going to do a hard-coded one. We're going to have to make that session ID. So Rust random UUID. Do I really need the... Yeah, we'll pull in UUID. Cargo, add UUID. And I might need some features for this. Features v4 dash features. Use a faster but still significantly random RNG. I don't really think I need that. Like I'm not, the speed of the UUID here I don't think is gonna be important to me. UUID view, yeah. Session ID. Cool. Except I don't think I want to return this right away. What I want to do is try to put it in the database first. So let db session equals query bang insert into session ID values. Yeah, something like that. Dot execute await unwrap. Something a lot like that. Yeah, I guess I don't even really need that. I just hope that inserting the session works. Oh, create unique index. Cool. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, so I guess actually though, probably what I want here is this maybe is actually not the session cookie. Oh, this will be fine for the moment. Let's just see if it starts inserting things. Well, first of all, SQLite database select start from sessions. Awesome, it's empty. Uh-oh. Yeah, we'll exit out of it with Control D since I was forgetting the other way to do it. Okay, cargo run. Off. Okay, so we still have this cookie. Let's clear the cookie. We no longer have a cookie. I should actually be able to even do this and just go to cd cache, SQLite, open this up, select star from sessions, get nothing, click login. Now you have this concrete value of some ID, and now we have a session. Yay! If I just go to the page again, and then hit refresh, we should still only have that one session. Awesome. And I can clear the cookie, reload, nothing, still have that one session. Perfect. And then if I click login, I get a whole new session. Yeah, working exactly as expected. Love that. And it does seem like right now posting gives me... Oh wait, no, does it give me a new session? Nope. If you're already logged in, you don't get a new session. It does not appear. Wait a sec. Do I have two session IDs right now? Oh, one has the path set as underscore cache and one does not. One also doesn't have all of those headers. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, because I sent this back down. Yeah, okay, so I think that okay. So we're gonna change some of this up. We're gonna have this be let db session. Not that at all. Actually, session ID as a string. No, it's just gonna return a database session. That makes the most sense. DB session. And if we already have a session cookie, then we want to get the session ID from that cookie is just doing dot value dot toString. And then we can do query rank select from sessions where session ID equals session ID fetch optional await unwrap. We're gonna double unwrap it. This actually, let's just not do the double unwrapping. Let's just do this into what I wanted to do. Into, oh, I don't have into diagnostics set up on this because this is a route. That's why we're unwrapping. Okay, we're going to come back to this in a second then. DB session is now a session. Insert into sessions, values, returning star. Fetch 1. Let BB session BB session found a different record. Yeah, okay, so I think what I need to do is struct BB session, so then I can do query as and then is it, I don't actually know where I put this. Oh yeah, cool. ID as a, I don't know, I64, U64, unsigned. Oh, option. Wait, what? You might not have an ID? Not null. RM, delete the database. DB create and let's just not do an and. Yep. Migrations run. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's better. Query as okay, awesome. So now we have a database session. Session ID equals database session dot session ID. Awesome. What? Field ID is never used. That's fine. Oh, cool. This one's already running. At least that was a nice, easy error message there. Okay. No session ID. That makes sense because we wiped away the database. Log in. Awesome. Got a session. Go to the page. Feel like that's not what I wanted to show there. The session ID string isn't supposed to be that whole thing. Oh, I put this all in the post. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So that does kind of make sense, except for the fact that I kind of want to just make a session all the time. Do you only want to have a session when you're signed in? Yeah, I guess that's fair. You can be unauthenticated and not have a session most of the time. That's fine. But posting needs to make you a session. So only when you post do you get this at the moment. Otherwise, you get this. Okay, so this makes sense. We can create a DB session now. And now I want to do some extracting because I think what I want to do is create like a struct called admin session. Which actually no, I guess I have DB session. Could just rename this to admin session. I guess I can just do an extractor for that. Yeah, so I want to do an Axum extractor. Yeah, so I want to defining custom extractors. Yeah. I want to implement from request parts. From request parts for DB session. Oh, so I need to cargo add async trait. Perfect. Or is it just figuring it's figuring itself out, but that's okay. Import it. Yeah, definitely import that. Import it from Axum extract. It doesn't want to fill that for me? Oh, that's unfortunate. Rejection and then a function. Okay. So this just rejects with. I probably just want to make my rejection a status code because I don't think I'm going to do it really ever. Status code. Okay. Qualify parts and HTTP request parts. Is that the right thing? Yeah, okay. So this is where I want to take all of this stuff. And then can I just return DB session? Nah, I don't think so. Okay, so there we go. I've got all this stuff, but now I need to do like let cookies equal cookies from request parts. Thought I did that. Oh, I didn't add their where clause. They had this where clause. I should copy it. Okay, so now S is sentencing. Yeah, I know you're not working yet. That's fine. We're working on it. Okay. And then let app state is the same thing. You just ask for app state from it. Awesome. What's it returning? Oh, okay. So, okay of database session. Perfect. Mismatch type expected reference app state found reference. Can't implement both, sure. Accessing other extractors, yep. Or use extract with state. Or use extract with state. Parts.extract. Extract with state. Oh, that searches. Oh, that's not the one. Okay. Extract with state. Where is this? Requires state. My extractor requires state. Yeah, so I think I could just do let app state equals parts dot extract with state dot, oh wait, dot unwrap. Yep. We're this. Oh, actually, is it an app state? Maybe it might just be an app state already. The following types implement it. Cool. Can it be a state of app state then? I consider extending the where clause, but there might be an alternative way to express that. Oh yeah, no, that's fine, I think. Where app state. Oh, wait, is this the state? Oh. Oh. I can just hard code it. It doesn't need to be, it's not special for me right now. I know what the state is. Which means I don't even need this. I already have a reference to app state right here. Expected key found key. Yeah. Sure. State. I didn't realize what was happening there. That makes so much more sense. From request parts is over a state, so I don't need to, it can just be the specific state I need. Awesome. Okay, so now I should just be able to say that I want to extract a database session from this. So now I don't need my post anymore because now I'm just saying you get a session all the time. Do I want that though? Well, I can at least make this, right? I could at least make post be database session, DB session, and just extract it. That would replace all of this from the post. Create. Cargo run. Yeah, there we go. Okay, awesome. We should be able to have our actually this is still only on posting. But yeah, when we click the login button, it still works and we're still getting our nice session ID. Cool. Okay, so do I want this on gets as well? Or do I want to say that this could be the rejection, right? It could reject and say, no session found, go to the auth. But then I guess that's what this should be, right? Is that? So actually, this is infallible. Just like it's not actually. Can I qualify this instead? Doesn't like that. Qualify as infallible. Yeah, because right now there's nothing that would make it fail. That's not true at all. I really want it to be a might error that I do something with, but right now we're going to keep the unwraps because we're going to ignore database errors and stuff like that. That's basically what we're saying. Because right now I'm saying I'm always going to make you one of these. If you didn't have something in the database, that's fine, but I'm going to make you one. I think I want to implement this for an option of a database session too. And this does like this half of it. And then so now I would just return the session in theory. But none of that's even in. Oh, because I didn't even write the function. Love that. Cool. Yeah, that's also gonna be infallible, I guess. Conflicting type. Ooh. Impl from request for an option. Where T can be extracted. Well, then what the... Are you just gonna always give me a sum then? Because that seems boring. I'm a little annoyed that that's the direction you decided to implement that. Because I wanted to be able to make a option one and then do this other one. No, no, no. Don't be... Stop it. Stop it. Cancel. I wasn't trying to do any Copilot stuff right there. Conflicting implementations. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I don't want this. Maybe we have this, but maybe the rejection is Axum redirect type. It's just a response. It's a redirect though. Okay, so Axum response redirect. Yep. Okay, cool. So just when you want to grab a database session, this is not where we want to do the whole inserty thing here. But it is when we... Yeah, so I think I want like to impl something on database session. I want two functions here. I want a function that fetches it from the session ID an async function fetch that returns an option of it. And that's this part. So then that needs a DB pool, SQLite. I'm not sure that's the right thing. SQLite pool. Yeah, SQLite pool. Reference to database pool. I don't even know if I need that. That's pretty boring. Okay, we'll keep it, I think, I guess. So then this is just db session.fetch. Reference to that. Yeah, so fetch, you can just take that. Okay. There we go. So we can fetch it. And then there's another function that like almost wraps this. It's fetch or create. And it doesn't know if it has a session ID. It's like, I don't know. I maybe have a session ID, but I definitely give you back a database session. So then what we do is we let db session equals, if we let some that, then it's that. Else, this is where we do the create half. This. So then this will just be database pool. Fetch or create was interesting because it actually does have a byproduct here if I do the cookie thing. So yeah, I don't want this to be a method here. We're moving stuff around today a lot, team. Oh, okay, well, guess I need to keep that there then. Oops. There we go. So fetch or create doesn't really work because to create it is also when I want to set the cookie, and I don't want to do that all over the place, I think. Because this gives me an option of a cookie, so then I can do let session ID equals session cookie dot map cookie.value toString. Yep, that's what I wanted. So then I can do let session equals db session fetch. Oh no, fetch needs you to know it exists. Okay. So in my request parts for a database session where we redirect if you don't have one, this is what I want to use for get. So we try to do that if you have it, and then if you don't, okay, this though, I think I want to put back into the post. So that's the problem here. This needs to live in the post. From state, we need something called state, which is a state of app state. We actually don't want that either. We want cookies as cookies. Awesome. Okay. And then this here is like if session cookies is none. Yeah, I want to do a let some I want to do not an if let, but I want to do a let else. Wait, let else, right? Let some equals this else. Oh, yeah. Let some session cookie. Yeah, else. Okay, this is when I do the redirect. Okay, these two lines can come down here. That goes to that. Okay, so this there then is where we just do the redirect. And I think I just want the redirect, right? So redirect temporary, yes. Okay. So if you don't have a cookie, then you get redirected to auth, which is perfect. And then error of that, return it. Okay, of that. Use of undeclared redirect, sure. Couldn't convert to Axum redirect from what? What? Okay, so can't convert error to redirect from is not implemented. Oh, well, if I do into response, it's obviously not going to work. Then I'm making it a response. I wanted it to stay a redirect. Okay, there we go. So now, if you request a database session, you're either going to get one or you're going to get redirected to the auth endpoint. The auth endpoint looks at things specifically, right? And just looks to see if we can pull out a session ID. It doesn't even try to get it from the database. Oh, wait, I have fetch returning an option here, but requiring a session ID. You also could just do that and say that if you don't have a session ID, like let session ID equals session ID. If you don't have one, you just don't return anything from fetch. But then that happens. Yep. Okay. So I guess we can do that. You always have a session ID for fetch. That's fine. And then I can do async function fetch optional. Takes the same thing, except that is a option on a string. I don't really like that wording here. Fetch. Okay, so fetch optional isn't used because let database session equals fetch optional. Session ID equals DB session dot. Oh, we might not have a database session. Dot map s dot ID. Except can I like wrap this in square brackets to make it only do it if it no? Okay. I thought maybe. Add if let sum s equals db session. What's inside this is just s.id. Yay! If you have a database session, print out the ID, else don't do anything. This is kind of what I want. Oh, sorry, Shatter, I missed you a little bit ago. Hey, Shattered.exe. Thanks for stopping by. How do you get your explore stuff to the top? Can you explain what you mean by that? I'm sorry, and hopefully I didn't miss you for too long there. Cool. We're doing this session ID this time, the dot ID. Yeah, hopefully the message wasn't too long ago, and you're still hanging out. But we've got that working pretty well. We have this. Oh, is it just show me a different ID? Because that's just what it does right now. Yeah, it just shows me a different ID. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so let's just take a look at what we've structured this as. You have the get. This is the auth endpoint that we like are gonna redirect people to eventually. And then we check if you have a cookie just so that we can tell you you're logged in if you do, but we don't block you on it importantly here, right? So this one you're allowed to get to without having a database session. But then in post, you're also allowed to get here without a database session because we're about to create you one. If you have a cookie, we just load that cookie up for you. Wait, do we even need the cookie? Oh, I guess so, because we're just going to show you the DB session. This post could really just redirect you to the get. That probably is what I want to do here. I want to redirect you temporarily to somewhere. I don't really know where I want to send you, I guess. Maybe we want to send you to list. Maybe that's what we want to do here. Yeah, let's say we redirect you to list once you're signed in, because that makes the most sense, I think. So yeah, that makes sense. We really don't need database session. We don't really need that whole thing. We don't need to return that. Replace if let with that, sure. So if you don't have a cookie, that's really all I want to make this, right? This is just an if none. I love it. It's there we go. If there's no session cookie, do all these things. Yeah, there we go. I like that better. That's a little nicer now. So when you try to log in, we don't do any of the auth stuff yet, like username and password check-in. We're gonna get there. You click a button, you're auth. It's great. We look for the cookie and get the ID. If you don't have a cookie though, we insert a new session and give you a cookie. If you have a cookie, we just assume you're good to go to list. But I don't think that's actually gonna work because this thing is the thing that needs to like make you get logged in. So I think what we need to do is there is stuff that I need to do here. So like if let some session cookie, I need to like, oh, this could just force delete it if one existed. No, we don't want to force delete it. We want to keep on the session. So like let session equals session db session fetch optional with state dot reference to database pool and session cookie dot value dot toString. Oh yeah, this isn't a fetch optional, it's a fetch. It just returns you an optional like always. If session dot is none, session cookie equals none. but this isn't mutable. Oh, okay. Redo that just to S, but then this I actually did want to be session cookie, the long one, but now I can't make it. Now it needs to be mutable. Because what we're saying is try to get the session cookie. If it doesn't work, if you have, have a cookie, but the DB doesn't know your session, treat it like the cookie doesn't exist. So if you give us a session ID, but we don't have it, maybe the database got wiped or something, we're going to just log you out, or treat it like a logout and log you back in on this post. Perfect. Where's fetch option? Am I using it? Yeah, I'm using it in my get up there. Okay, cool. So now what I think we've got here. Actually, let's do one more thing first. Let's make our list endpoint need to be logged in. And to do that, I can actually just do underscore is a DB session. Because if I don't need it, yeah, so I don't need it, so I don't need to name it. I just need to know that I can extract it from everything. Because now, what I want to do is go to cargo run. And let's just hit this endpoint. So it knows I'm logged in. Delete that. Now it doesn't know I'm logged in. Now if I try to go to list, it should redirect me to auth. Perfect. It won't let me go to list until I log in. But once I log in, it's going to redirect me to list, which is awesome. Except I think it did it with a post. Did you try to post to this? Yeah. HTTP redirect as get. Uh, 307 is a temporary. Method handling, method and body not changed. Yeah. So I think I want to make this others changed to get. Others may or may not be changed. Great. So I probably want a 303. Except it will preserve the original HTTP method. Okay. So I want redirect 2. Create it so 303C other. Yep. Instructs the client to change the method to get for the subsequent request to the given URL. That's what I wanted. Okay. Getting to list. Can I get to list? I can get to list now. Awesome. Which means that I should be auth. I am. So if I go back to list though, and I go to the application and I delete this session ID, refresh. Now we can't get to list. We hit auth. We hit login. We're back to list, and we have a session ID. Love it. We've full circled our session. Git ignore. All SQLite files. What? Oh, come on. You didn't. SHM wall. Oh, I see. Git rm db.star. Okay. Cache to keep the file. Yeah. I don't know when I committed those. It might have been recently. I hope not, but it might have been. It's not secrets. I just don't want the database files here at all. Okay. What have we done up here? Yeah, we got auth working better. Now list requires auth, and auth redirects feel natural. I like that. Awesome. Okay, so now we can like require that certain things need the session, right? So what else do we want to do? Do we want to like try to do passkeys now? Do we want to try to make the clear things work better? Yeah, let's make the clears work better. Where they actually are going to require us to be logged in. So we're going to make some buttons to them. So like from list, we can see some buttons to get to those places. So let's just make a put it at the top, I think. So let's make an H2 for actions. And then I want a form. Not quite. So this is clear database value clear DB. Make another one. Clear FS. Or clear the file system. Both of those are going to be posts. And they both are already our posts. It's clear file system, clear database. Yep. Okay. Awesome. So really the only thing we need to do here is tell them that they require a DB session. I also could just make this thing public instead of doing this on all of these. Not a huge deal either way. And you need a database session. So now what I've said is if you don't have a database session on these, they're just not going to work. Oh, and these ones also redirect to cache list, redirect to cache list. Oh, that also does the right thing automatically. That's nifty. I already had those set up. And then populate. Let's make populate a button too. Oh. Ah. There we go. Populate, and this one's now going to say populate cache. Populate cache. Awesome. Populate still needs the implementation there too, but the implementation's so easy. We just say, I don't even need it, but I need to be able to pull out a database session. It's not satisfied. Why are you not satisfied? The trait bound is not satisfied. The trait extract from request parts app state is implemented for database session, required for database session to implement. Why is this the only one that's given me an issue? Oh, because it's wrong? Wow, that might be a bug in the macro. The trait from request parts app state is implemented for database session. From request parts app state, yeah. Yeah, well, I implemented that manually from request parts SQL in pool. Wow. That's so interesting. The debug handler is broken. Super interesting. And it works fine without it. Crazy. Okay. Can I look at the list? I can look at that. Okay. Clear file system. File system cleared. Wow. Okay. So like I should be able to test this now, right? Go to... Oh yeah, it's actually a little hard for me to test locally because I need to use something that I can fake the stuff with. So because I need to set the host header. So I can go to localhost 3001 and set the host header to slow.coreja.com, and now it should actually proxy correctly. Love it. And then slow, actually, so now here I can check list. Oh, we're off. Yeah, you should be able to go to list. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And then if I go to fast, one Mississippi, there we go. Awesome. We get something in the file system and the database. We can clear the file system. Still has something in the database. Populate the cache. And it's back to being in the file system. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's perfect. And since it's in the file system, now I should be able to continue to go over here and hit this /fast. Boom. And we're still getting that same cache response. We got about 43 seconds. Once that TTL goes away, I will hit it one more time to see it reload and actually populate again. But this looks like it's working well. We've got the auth. I have buttons to do all the clearing now instead of just having to do it with like my client. And we're almost to these being authed. Right now, anyone can just go there and click the auth button and then yay, you're authed. But we want to make that just a little bit better if we can. So we're going to take like a little bit of a look there. I'm not sure if we'll get it implemented because I want to wrap up in maybe about 30 minutes. But we'll see. Maybe it'll just be really easy and everything will just work. And this should take one Mississippi. There we go. Boom. And now we'll be back for 59 seconds. Awesome. Clear the file system, populate it again, and it's back. I love it. Awesome. Get all the admin actions working from the dashboard. Okay, so let's look at doing some auth. Okay, so passkey auth JS example. I don't really want to use any JS things here. I kind of want to just do it either by hand in JavaScript or without this, but that could be difficult. Implementing WebAuthN, Authentication. Okay, so it's probably a bit more than I was thinking, but we can probably do it. This one's very library based. But maybe we can make that work. Does this do anything on the back end? Oh, Angular. Yeah, okay. I was like, that we got to be doing something on the front end, right? Because we're using some front end libraries too. You don't need to do anything in order to display WebAuthN prompt. Yeah, so like this is probably the front end package, right? Okay, well that's not even showing me the thing. This is like a product by them. And they also have some of this. I wonder if they're probably, I bet so. I bet Passkeys.com is hosted by them. Yeah. Okay, so how about we do this? Rust passkey. One-stop library for implementing a passkey client and authenticator. Okay. But I don't think I want client. Oh wait, maybe I want authenticator though. A client, an authenticator provides a virtual authenticator which creates new credentials and authenticates users using the following functions. Yeah. This is the type of time to use to implement in your application. Oh, okay, cool. First, create an authenticator for the client to use. Create the credential store for the authenticator. Option passkeys, the simplest possible implementation of credential store. Okay. Create the client. If you're creating credentials, you need to declare the client is mutable. The following values provided as parameters, so this function would usually be retrieved from a relaying party according to the context of the application. Okay. Now create the credential. The above example shows can be created. Now we go ahead and try to authenticate the user. Yeah, that wasn't very helpful to me, to be honest. Add passkeys to your Rust app. This is just gonna be this. This is just theirs. Basically the same thing. Is this by them? It's by 1Password. That makes sense. Cool. 1Password is also big on this. Oh yeah, look, we're open sourcing the library. Yeah, so this is the one to be able to do all this stuff, right? Yep. I want the opposite side of this. Why not use WebAuthn? Ah, I see. So there's another one. Got it. They made a new one. Yeah, and like this makes a lot of sense, but I think this is for a different side of the problem than I'm at the moment, right? I want to, like, as a website, let someone log in with passkeys, and I don't think that's exactly what this is. Oh, WebAuthNRS. Well, if that's what that does, and this thing says passkey client and authenticator for authentication to websites. Yeah. So like this isn't a website. WebAuthn is protocol which a website, a relaying party communicates with your application. Yeah, I want to be the relaying party. WebAuthNRS. Oh, well, I definitely don't want to use this if it uses OpenSSL though, because I'm not going to use that. Rust web servers. Yeah, this means the library implements the relaying party component of the workflow. Yeah, okay, cool. That is what I want though. Yeah, I definitely want to use the safe API. Okay. Do the libraries in this package require? Yeah, I don't really want that. But I also don't know if I have other great options at the moment if I want to do passkeys in Rust without re-implementing all of it. So what I might do right now is maybe nothing. All these endpoints were already unauthenticated, so it's not that big of a deal to like let them continue to be unauthenticated for a little bit. So maybe I just let them continue to be unauthenticated. No, let's just do the easy way. Let's set something. The easy way is just to add a password field that we check via environment variables. So like we head over to our envarc and we do like a export admin auth key. Random UUID. I don't know. I don't really like. I've been using this editor that adds some GPT kind of things to it. It's called Cursor. It's just a fork of VS Code. But I'm not really sure I like it. I did just use it now to generate this, to find me UUID gen. But I don't use it for very many things, and it's not that exciting to me. So I kind of don't think I'm going to keep it long term. So I definitely didn't want to pay for it at the moment, or pay for more server credits. Oh, every time I save it, it tells me that. Got it. Okay. So when you go to save a thing, I think I want to get like a form. I want to get some form state out of this. Form state. Struct. Form state. Password. String. We can just qualify this as Axum form. Wait. That's annoying that it needs that like that. Form dot password. Yeah, cool. So like, where do I want to check the password? It doesn't really matter much, but I guess it should be before I do any of these things, really. Yeah, it really doesn't matter much. So like, if form dot password does not equal that, no field password and app state. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Yeah. I think I'm actually just gonna do basically something like that. So let's go to state now, and let's add admin password as a string. So then in main now, let admin password. I don't think that's what I called it though. Admin auth key. Why did I call it that? I don't know. It probably would have been better as just admin password, but I didn't. Yeah, what's up with you? Nothing's up. It says everything's fine. Remove all unused inputs. Oh, that didn't remove all of them. Not even close. There we go. Cargo run. Okay, what's up here? Oh, cool. I'm not sure I did that right. Axum forms. Form extractor must be the last. I think I did that. Wait, what? That was weird. Okay, that wasn't a problem or anything though. That was just a thing that was happening. Trait handler is not implemented for this. It's just like, yeah, no. And this is when I would want to add that thing to it so it could help me as an extractor. Yeah, I probably need this on it, I guess, would be my guess, right? It's got to be using Serday. Upgrade. Feel like that's probably what the issue was. Yep, just needed to be deserialized. Awesome. Okay, load up our app. Cool, let's clear our session, delete it. There we go, log in. Failed to deserialize, missing form body, missing field password. Well, that is correct. Awesome, so let's add that password field. So in our get, in this form, we need an input, type password, name, password. Love it. Oh, gotta restart our server. Probably just do cargo watch. Run. There we go. Test. Nope. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Okay, and now if I just go to my mrc file and I copy the password, log in, there we go. Now I'm logged in. Populate the cache. Boom. We have a cache. Awesome. Okay, so it seems like that is working. Let's do some cleanup. Yeah, what is this quick? Yeah. Add envar based admin auth key. Perfect. Okay. Looking good. I don't think it's auto deploy, so I think it's safe to push because I don't think it's gonna do anything. Let's get that pushed up for everyone to take a look at. Oh. Yeah, we got some rebasing to do here. Could not execute the to-do command. It has been rescheduled. To edit the command before continuing, please do one of these things. I think I just want to continue. Yeah, let's see what that did. See if that just completely broke everything. So I added some new commits. No. Perfect. I think that's probably the thing that we're rebased over, is getting that readme written. Awesome. Oh yeah, so let's go and check out the readme, especially as it relates to these admin endpoints. They are currently, they are currently authenticated with a shared password that is set as an environment variable. We'd like to change this to use passkeys in the future. Yeah. And then we also have the get auth, display the admin login page. Post. Log in to the admin dashboard. Awesome. Okay. And you know what? I think that's probably gonna do it for the day. Let's head over to our plan doc and see what we did. Oh, so first, let's take this 7th stream thing and plop it at the bottom in our history. And let's create a 8th stream. On this stream, we focus on authentication for our admin endpoints. We added sessions to our database. and are storing session IDs in private cookies. These cookies are encrypted. As you can see, that's stored in an environment variable. We added browser-facing endpoints for auth and made the underscore cache list our admin dashboard home base. This page now has buttons to kick off the actions that previously needed an HTTP client, clearing the DB and file system. That's a better way to write that. Cool. What else did we do? Stop trying to edit things, Copilot. I don't know what you are doing, but I don't like it. Yeah. None of that's what I was trying to do. Okay. Cool. Let's see. I think that's about all that we did today. So that means we got this one done and this one done. We looked into passkeys a tiny bit. But didn't find any clear documentation on how to use them in Rust. We found one library that looked like it might work, but it uses OpenSSL, which we are avoiding here. The other, and actually one library, I should say which library. This one is WebAuthNRS. The other library found was, this is the Passkeys one, Rust Passkeys, but it doesn't seem to implement the server / application part side of things, and focuses on the client side. Cool, so now we have notes to myself of which ones we might want to look at next time. Awesome. Add passkeys for admin auth. I don't know, somewhere in the middle down there. Not super high, not super low. Update our README and plan document. And let's push that up. And there we go. And with that, I think I'm gonna get out of here for this Sunday, team. Thanks for coming along and hanging out with me while we built some auth in Rust. Yeah, let me do some closing up stuff. So I'm Corey J.A., or go by Corey. You can find me at CoreyJA.com, though. You can find all of my past streams. You can check out which projects I'm working on. You can even sign up for my infrequent newsletter. If you want even more, you can head over to my GitHub profile at github.com/CoreyJA. And then from here, you can check out all of my repositories and check out my GitHub sponsors if you want to contribute and help me keep making these streams and building some stuff for everyone on live. So with that, I am going to get out of here, though. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a great week, and I'll see everyone online. Thanks, team. Talk to you later. Bye.